and they fail, and they fail, and they fail, and they fail. They have made a career out of failing, and yet there are actual fanboys. Legit Halo fans like me, notwithstanding, there are actual Halo fanboys out here who think that this trash is good.
You serious?
What's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. I know I am. And today I thought I would share this gem with you guys. We're going to be looking at a video called Halo Infinite's Multiplayer is Garbage by a YouTuber called Dead Metal Media. Now, the thing is, I'm not sure if this dude just rage baits people and calls negative attention good attention, but when I saw this video, I just knew I had to make a response video. So let's jump right into it.
You know, I always knew the Halo Infinite multiplayer was gonna be trash, but this is just a new low. 343 has made a literal career out of killing Halo over and over again, and you're kidding yourself if you think Infinite is any exception to the rule. I mean, my God, how many trash entries in this series are we gonna put up with? You're just continuing to devalue the Halo name more and more and more. Keep going at this rate and it's gonna become F tier.
Look, dude, I may not be as well versed in the Halo franchise, but I think Halo Infinite's pretty damn good, and I love the playstyle, but please tell us why Halo will be F tier.
To die in the halls of franchises that were milked well past their expiration date, and every subsequent installment just got worse and worse and worse and worse. It'll be sharing that space with other trash franchises that went on far too long and should have died much earlier, like Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, Super Mario, and God of War. But, you know, if you like any of those trash games, it's no wonder you like Halo Infinite's multiplayer.
You listen here, buddy. You don't diss my boy Mario like that, okay? For real though, Resident Evil slaps. You have no idea what you're talking about.
You know, Microsoft had to shovel this shit out to us early, early access today, because they knew that the game was never going to get better. The state that the game it's in right now will not improve, and that is for one single fact, one single solitary truth. 343 cannot get it done. They've never been able to get it done. They've had multiple attempts at getting it done, and they fail, and they fail, and they fail, and they fail. They have made a career out of failing, and yet there are actual fanboys. Legit Halo fans like me, notwithstanding, there are actual Halo fanboys out here who think that this trash is good. They think that this regurgitated pile of absolute shit is fun. They delude themselves. They don't actually have fun when they're playing the game, but they force themselves to think that they are. It's because in their mind, they have to justify the purchase.
No, I actually have fun. I don't know about you, but I love Halo Infinite, and a lot of other people seem to agree since it's standing at a mostly positive on Steam.
In their mind, they have to believe that the cost is worth it. Well, I got news for you. It isn't worth it, but how much lower can you sink than a free-to-play game? Halo Infinite's multiplayer is best summarized in one word: disappointing.
Again, I think people over on Steam would disagree.
And you know, it's very disappointing, but it's not unexpected. I've been warning people about Halo Infinite's multiplayer for a fucking year, ever since the original delay, and now that I have it down in front of me and I've been playing about 3 hours of it so far, I can say without a doubt that every single one of my fears and concerns were founded in reality. They were founded on factual truths that I, along with millions of other players, were subject to in the form of Halo 4 and Halo 5. Guess what? This isn't that shot in the arm, that revival, that reboot that many were hyping it up to be. It's just more of the same. The multiplayer is not fun. 343 has a fundamental misunderstanding as to what makes Halo Halo. They keep trying to inject it with all these gimmicks. That's what they are. Oh, you got an open world campaign. Oh, you got a grappling hook. Oh, there's a battle pass. Oh, the multiplayer is free. They're fucking gimmick chasers. They jump on the bandwagon with whatever hot new trend is taking over gaming at the time of release. Just see Halo 4's, loadout system, which was ripped straight from Call of Duty. Absolute garbage. They are not trend setters. They are trend stealers. They are thieves. They copy on the successful formula of others, and they do it worse and worse and worse. The peak of this series came and went in 2007, folks, and while hardcore OG gamers like me remember that time fondly, we are not trying to chase it. We're not playing the Master Chief Collection. The Master Chief Collection is a joke. We're not playing Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite represents everything that the Halo franchise once stood in defiance of. A completely regurgitated, failed to set itself apart shooter of the modern era. Halo 3 was like a breath of fresh air when military FPS games were dominating the landscape.
Then why not just get the Master Chief Collection and play Halo 3 instead of bitching over here on YouTube?
And that's just a fact. It was something different. It had fun. It was an enjoyable experience. It had a fun meta. The game was fundamentally enjoyable no matter which walk of life you came from.
Master Chief Collection.
All right, you like the co-op campaign, it was one of the best. You like the competitive multiplayer, it was one of the best. The Forge mode kicked ass. The gunplay was balanced and oh so satisfying. And Halo Infinite holds none of these things. The game is literal millennial eye candy with an overabundance of bullshit populating the screen. There's explosions going off left and right like it's a Michael Bay film. The grappling hook feels so gimmicky, they clearly lifted that shit from Titanfall. The loadout system is regurgitated trash that Vanguard does better. The gunplay feels so stiff and awkward. It makes me long for the Battlefield 2042 beta. Basically, what I'm saying here is Halo Infinite is a compilation, an amalgamation of a bunch of things that work in other games, and they tried to slap that shit together, but they forgot the most important ingredient. Halo! They forgot what makes Halo Halo. They forgot to inject it with fun. They forgot to inject it with bullshit moments that have you fuming at the TV, counterbalanced with satisfying kills, tactical gunplay, and really smart level design. The levels in these games, the worst levels at Bungie's time with Halo, are significantly better than 343's best. There hasn't been a memorable Halo map in years. This multiplayer is best described as an afterthought, and that's why they dumped it onto the free-to-play marketplace, because they know that there's a bunch of dumbasses out here who are going to pay for skins, pay for loot boxes, pay for battle passes, and pay for trash, who will also be buying the campaign for $60. They've completely devalued their product. Halo Infinite was a failure from the get-go.
I just want to say that I really like the grappling hook, and I think it's a really fun way to get around the map. At the end of the day, it's just a game, bro. Why are you getting so upset? I think that if Infinite didn't represent Halo in the slightest, nobody would want it.
This franchise is so dead, it's not even funny. You would think with how much and how long Halo's been on life support, you would think that at this point the funeral would have came and went 5 years ago, but nope. Microsoft continues to give Halo just one last shot in the arm, one last attempt at relevancy, and they keep failing over and over again. 343 is a joke of a studio. Nobody's really disagreeing. Nobody points to the 343 games, the Halo games, that says, oh, gee, man, these are just the best of the franchise, because they know they're not.
Master Chief Collection.
343 know it themselves. There was an interview leaked with one of the developers around the time Halo 5 came out. Internally, they all knew the game was a joke and that it was bastardizing Halo. They didn't even have Master Chief as a main character. He was relegated to a fucking side character. You think that the guys actually developing that shit were behind that decision? No, and that's why Halo 5 failed as hard as it did. That's why Halo 5 was a catastrophic failure that people refuse to play today. And that is why Halo Infinite is actually going to live up to the hype the 343 fanboys have generated for it, because the rest of us real gamers out here, we know that this game's garbage. It's been garbage since they announced it. It's a piece of literal dilapidated dog shit that does not serve to exist anybody but the clowns who are going to dump credit card numbers, Xbox Live gift cards, and fucking recurring subscriptions to Game Pass into this franchise. It is dead. It is done. It has never ever been deader than it is right now, but there's a bunch of clowns out here thinking they represent the Xbox Elite and the Halo Hardcore.
We're about 8 minutes into this video, and he still hasn't given a definitive reason to why Halo Infinite is dog shit. I mean, dude, at least structure your video.
that are going to jump on here this evening because Microsoft arbitrarily decided to shit this one out a little bit early to get ahead of the dumpster fire that is inevitably waiting for them. This game is complete and utter fail sauce. It is a joke. I am not convinced that this is not an out-of-season April Fool's joke. I am not convinced that Halo Infinite is not Microsoft's way of seeing how stupid their fan base actually is. Imagine Phil Spencer kicked back in his mansion, folding his arms laughing as he has the live sales number count of idiots who are paying for and downloading Halo Infinite. I can picture it now because that is something he would do, knowing that he scammed that many people out of the money. But even more satisfying to him than their dollars in his bank account is the fact that he gave them every reason in the world not to buy this. Year-long delay. Absolutely terrible story. Not even a mainline numbered entry in the series. They didn't even have the balls to call it Halo 6. They had to call it Halo Infinite because they know mainline series is dead, killed by yours truly in the form of Halo 5. And above all else, they made the multiplayer free.
Wait, is Reach not a mainline game?
I'll take 4 things that contribute to the downfall and death of a franchise for $100, Alex, because they have managed to kill what was at one time the most culturally relevant video game in existence. Congratulations, Microsoft. Milk me, Microsoft. You've milked another franchise to death, and you're forcing those of us who enjoyed the OG trilogy to remember it in a state that we do not endorse, we do not condone, and we damn sure do not support. But this is not the first time. You've milked everything from Forza Horizon to Gears of War and soon to be Elder Scrolls, Doom, The Evil Within, Fallout, and God knows what else that Bethesda and ZeniMax are bringing to the table. You guys are absolute clowns. Microsoft, you're a dead company clinging to life in the console space, begging for relevancy when you know at the end of the day you're never going to be Sony, you're never going to be better than Sony, and your only hope is to go the way of Sega, cease console manufacturing immediately, and start putting your games out on other systems where they would sell 10 times better, you bunch of fucking degenerates.
And that's where the video ends. Personally, I don't see how making the multiplayer portion of a game free to play kills the franchise, but I told you guys that this video was put out by one of the biggest brains over here on YouTube. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Enjoyed the video. And if you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps out the channel a lot. And I'll see you all in the next one.
Everything that brought me alive, going around like nonsense, playing with the monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alive.